Namaste, yogis. It's an absolutely beautiful day here in St. Albert, Alberta, Canada. And I'm truly blessed to be able to, at this moment, give you about a 15 to 20 minute Vinyasa flow based around a concept that I am really starting to uncover a little bit through this last year with my own journey, and that is remember who you are. I have had a request from a student of mine who is not local but who watches my yoga videos and follows some of my social media, and talking to me specifically about, Becca, could you possibly post something that is about letting go? And I believe that a lot of our yoga practices, we are in this constant state of releasing and letting go and uncovering and shedding a lot of layers. But it can also be quite the process. And I don't know about you, but I personally, over this last year, maybe even two, maybe throughout my whole life, but it certainly seems that it's been more intense in this past few years, that I've been moving through some tragic moments that have really started to redefine and have made me pause to think and step back and say, who am I? Who is Becca? And what does this situation and circumstances happening mean to me about me? And so this is dedicated to all of you who have undergone any loss in your life, whether it is a person that is very close to you or someone that you may have just known from a distance. Maybe you have lost a loved one in terms of a relationship. Maybe there is a loss of a job or something that has disconnected you from a person, place, or thing. And what I know to be true about difficult circumstances is that as we are moving through them, we tend to want to push down these emotions so that we can carry on with life and make life more bearable for the people around us. What I'm asking you today to do through this practice is to not relive the tragedy, but to start to feel and be okay with that feeling. Knowing that as these uncomfortable feelings start to bubble up, that is where the real healing begins, from the base of who we are, moving that through us out into the abyss. You don't have to hang on to the emotions, but we also have to do one more thing before we can fully let go. We need to remember who we were before the tragedy struck. We need to know that we are strong, that we are beautiful, and that we are able to handle what gets thrown at us. Doesn't mean we handle it graciously. Doesn't mean we're going to handle it or move through it the way someone else would like us to. But you are going to remember who you are. And through that, and in that, will make the difference. I'll see you on the mat. Namaste, yogis. Thank you so much for joining me for this 15-minute Remember Who You Are Vinyasa flow for beginners, intermediates, and everything in between. You can modify consciously whatever that looks like for you today. Today's a different day, right? So let's begin onto our shins. You can draw your heels in slightly from behind. So your toes will be tucked under, but we want to have engagement from the heels all the way up to the groin. Rib cage draws in. Take an inhale, reach your arms up towards the sky. And as you exhale, draw that all the way in towards the heart center. So this is giving us the availability or the understanding, symbology of filling ourselves up. It's like you're gathering what you need for this practice. We'll go one more time, and you can feel it, right? I mean, okay, there could be nothing there, but there is everything there in that nothingness. We are drawing it all the way down in towards our heart center, and then we're taking the arms up towards the ceiling once again. Take your right arm, reach it back, maybe towards your hip, thigh, or foot, and open up the heart a little bit more. Then come all the way back up to center. Switch sides. Let's go towards the other side. And then come all the way back up. Good. One more time towards the other side. So we've got the right side elevating up through the left chest. Back up the arms go. Then we have it all the way over towards the left side. And then we'll bring those arms all the way Back up again. Through the heart center we go. Pointing away your toes and sitting on the shins, drawing your knees in together. Take an inhale again, rise the arms up. And exhale, elbow, that's your left elbow, goes to the outer edge of your right knee. So I am mirroring you. I'll be going the same direction that you are, taking your chin up towards your shoulder. Creating space though through the neck so you're not jamming everything, but you're sending your shoulder blades down into the back pockets. Take an inhale, both arms come up. And exhale, over you go towards the other side. Feeling there as if your top shoulder is reaching behind you. The rotation is not just coming from the shoulders, but it is mostly coming from the mid-spine, and then your gaze, if that feels okay, comes up last. Inhale, arms come all the way up towards the ceiling, and then you can take the hands in towards the heart. Let's draw the hands in front, fingertips roll over on your toes, let your knees go up nice and wide. We're getting right into it. Fingertips root. You can feel like you're suctioning out the floor underneath you as you elevate up through those hips. This is a crow pose heart opener, so lead with your collarbones. Let those collarbones feel like they are pressing towards the front of your mat. Feeling the heels moving up in towards your sit bones. You are either shooting it back to chaturanga or stepping it up or push up. Then upward dog cobra. Then take it when you're ready back into downward facing dog. So reestablishing your connection to the earth, your index and your pinky and your thumb, everything is really active, but you're rolling gently to the inside edge of your hand. Super strong. Take your right leg up towards the ceiling. Gaze it forward and step up your foot consciously to the top of the mat. Take your back knee to the floor. Keep your toes tucked under in the back. Inhale, arms up. Good. Hold it here. Lift up your back knee. You can use your hands if you need. Exhale, forward. Arms back. As you inhale, arms up. Nice. Exhale, forward. Beautiful. Inhale, arms up. Draw your hands into heart center. It's a warrior three, so away we go. Slowly find this like take off, lift off, heart lifts, heel kicks back. The whole body is expressing, arms open to the side. Yeah, feeling the breath moving in and out of the body. Diving down deep into the core, the essence of who you are. You're always there, no matter what circumstances are there. Nice. Hands come back to heart. Step it slowly, so find that float and then land your foot. Inhale, heart up. Exhale, elbow goes to the outer edge of your knee. So as we spiral, you can feel that there is something special going on right from the core up into the heart, into the head. A releasing, a letting go, and also an uncovering and a rediscovering. Good, and then you'll take yourself back to center, but stay low. Take right hand to hip, left hand to the floor. Moving this into a side plank with an elevated right leg, or possibly you just have your foot side by side. Up we go. Woo. Lifting up, so back foot is super solid. Top leg extends. Hold here, one more big inhale. Lift at the top arm. Good, take yourself to upper push-up with an extended right leg. And go through your flow, chaturanga. Upward dog cobra. And back into downward facing dog. Nice, so holding out here, super strong for the legs, hands, really active. You're gonna take that little gaze forward and you're gonna step it, jump it, hop it, up to the top of the mat. Inhale, hands to shins or earth, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Come up to standing, take the swan dive. Up you go. And the hands make their way back into the heart center. Can you reach your hands forward? Nice. So let's take right elbow underneath left eagle arms. Lift fingertips up. Come up high onto your toes. Little bit of balance to come down into the earth. Bum comes slowly, slowly, slowly down towards the heels. Right? Sometimes we are like moving in water or quicksand or just mud and it feels shitty. But here you are, right? You're still working through it, even though it's slow. It's okay. Let your elbows come in a little bit. You're going to a modified malasana. So this is really about finding our center. Can you keep your pinky finger up off the ground and really just hover on your toes? Almost puff up the upper back a little bit more while your chin tucks in. You're in malasana garland pose, a very reverent posture.
You're getting into digestion and into low back so that we're releasing a little bit of tension that sometimes through trauma gets built up there. Good, then release the hands all the way down towards the floor. You're gonna back up a little bit. We're making our way. Crow pose, just about forgot where I was going. Crow pose to unsupported headstand, back to crow pose, chaturanga. So here we go. Lift on up. Now stay low, a little bit lower than what you normally do in crow, and you'll be a bit easier to get your head down. So we slowly lower down, and when you're there, you can stay here. You can lift the bum up slightly or start to take your feet up. Then you'll start to lower the feet back down. The knees will come back onto the arms of the back side of your arms. Get the knees up a little bit higher. Pull the core in and away you go. Elevating up through the head. Sometimes a couple of tries, and then you're taking it back to upper push-up or right to chaturanga. Upward dog cobra. It's not an easy transition. And bring it back into downward facing dog. Nice. So take your left leg, goes up towards the sky. You're gazing forward and stepping it up all the way consciously to the top of the mat. Good. Take your back knee to the floor. Keep the toes tucked under. Away we go. Arms up. Good. So keep them here as you start to elevate up through that top leg. Inhale, holding here. Exhale, come forward. Inhale, sweep arms up. Exhale, come forward. One last time. Inhale, arms up. Draw them all the way into heart center. Then come up into warrior three. So step up, find a float. I know that's not easy. You can point away your back toes and then elevate, open those arms. Fingertips reaching right and left, left and right. Good, one more big breath in. Open your collarbones a little bit further. Maybe the throat expands and then palms to touch. Soften your front knee and find that little bit of tap to the back of the mat. Lift your heart back and up, and exhale, tap your elbow to the outer edge of your left knee. Hold here. Nice, feeling that whole heart is wrapping around, lifting up the gaze if that feels all right. Good, you're taking it all the way back to center. Awesome, hand to the hip, and now your right hand comes down. You're making your way into a modified side plank with an extended left leg, all right? So modify this how you need. Fully finding some balance on your right side. Lift, 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 lift. Maybe your top leg stays bent. Who freaking cares? Then lift up that arm. One more big breath in. Good, bring it all the way to upper push-up with that extended left leg, if that's okay for you. And exhale, go chaturanga. Point your toes and rise, upward dog cobra. And when you're ready, bring it all the way back into downward facing dog. We're gonna come up onto our toes and just lower our knees to the floor, child's pose. So good in the middle of a release and let go kind of practice. And then within that, we're becoming very introspective and finding ourselves once again, or I prefer uncovering ourselves. So as you dive down the forehead to the earth, you can interlock the hands and press them up towards the ceiling. If that doesn't feel good for you, don't do it, of course. You might even roll a little bit on the third eye or intuitiveness, releasing just that little bit of tension. We're always shoving our eyebrows together in concern and in grief and in anger and in concentration. It's really nice once in a while to release that. Take your hands all the way down towards the back. Roll your spine, coming all the way back up again. Nice. Turn out your right knee. Take your left leg all the way out in front of you. You're going to slide your hip to the inside of your heel or to the outside. It totally depends. And take the knee wide. So now we've got this kind of split position. Turn your chest towards your left leg. Inhale, walk upright. Exhale, calm down. Again, roll your heart back. Lift up your gaze. And exhale, come forward. So we need to back up sometimes in life, regroup, lift up, connect, and then keep going, right? So this is what we're doing. And then roll back. Elevate up through the heart. Nicely done. Take your right leg slowly out in front. Paschimottanasana. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, soften your knees if you need, and forward fold. Feeling again that not only are you just dropping into this, if you want more relaxation, go for it. Otherwise, the collarbones, open them up. Feel the crown reaching towards your feet. There's like a determination of strength right here, coming forward. Belly draws in and up. Nice. And then release the hands, roll your spine up. Arms reach up, hands back behind you, fingertips face you, reverse tabletop. Lift up those hips. Roll the shoulders back a little bit. Nice. Take your right leg straight out in front of you. Cross ankle over top of it. Good. Lift up the hips one last time. Inhale. And then sit down into a hip stretch. Turn your fingertips the other way and just lift up higher onto your sit bones if that's possible. If not, come back, right? It's okay. Good. One more big breath in that gets into the right hip joint nicely. Yeah. And then just to relieve that, come back, turn your palms the other way, lean back, take your feet to the floor again. Inhale, use your breath. And lift up through those hips. Then when you're ready, put weight in your hands and your right foot and take your left leg out, then ankle on top. Lift the hips, hold here. And then lower your bum down. And as you do that, you can flip your palms again. And you just sit up taller, right? So watch you're not hanging out. It's like, ugh, that's very passive in this. If you would like a bit more, you lift up. And if you need to, you can slide your hands way far back and just keep lifting the heart so that we're not closed off through the process. Okay, one more big inhale. Nice. Beautiful. And then as you exhale, you'll just slowly lean back, flip your palms the other way. Slide both legs all the way out in front of you. Now take your left leg. You'll consciously take the heel back behind you. Open up the knee towards the left side, or you'll have it into Janu so that the foot comes to the inside of your leg. As you open up your heart, exhale, forward fold. And then crawl yourself back. And exhale, come forward. And we're going to hang out here. Just finding maybe the balance between your strength and your passivity. It's like there's that little bit of push, but then we have to go, okay, I've hit that edge. I don't want to go jumping and falling off the cliff, right? Then draw your spine coming all the way back up again. Take your knee towards center all the way back around. Nicely done. Soften up through the knees. Inhale, rise the arms up. Purvottanasana if you like. Hands come behind you. Reverse push-up. Point your toes, straighten the thighs now. And lift up. One more big breath in. Exhale, bum comes all the way down. Put the feet together, Baddha Konasana or bound angle pose, butterfly. Make it super passive. Inhale to the sit bones. Exhale, elbows to the outer edges of your shins and drop your face in towards your feet. If you've got more mobility, go longer. Feel the crown moving almost to the floor. Good. Roll your spine. Coming all the way back up and draw your knees in towards each other. Can you seal in your practice by tucking your forehead in between the knees? Lovely. Thank you so much for joining me. I realize the flow was simple, hopefully very effective for you. There was nothing overly complicated. If there were some things in there that you would like to modify, of course, you can always feel free to do that. What you do know is that as you're moving through your circumstances, you are not the only one. And for me, that actually gives me comfort to know that even though my circumstances and situations are different, that there are other people in the world struggling just as much as I have in the past, and I know that I will in the future. And so just know that I am there with you. I hope that you learn to let go that you learn to love again, that you learn to find freedom, and that you once again go back and remember exactly who you were, because you're always there. Namaste.